Hello, my name's Robert Tobias. I'm a reference librarian here at the Morgan Memorial Library, and I'm here to explain to you what your library card does that you might not know it does. For starters, are you just looking for some entertainment? Are you just looking, say, just to enjoy life a little more with the power of your card? Well, here's some things you can do besides just coming in and picking up a book. First of all, we have Hoopla. Hoopla is an online resource through our library's website that can get you to ebooks, audiobooks, manga, graphic novels, comic books, and even some movies and soundtracks. You can check out 10 items per month, and this is all because of your library card. It's set up with your email that you provided us. It is also set up using that little 4-digit number that you created when you first got your card. If you do not know what that is, please call us. We'd be glad to help. Much like Hoopla, we also have Cloud Library. Now, Cloud Library is more focused on ebooks and audiobooks. Most of them are only about a year later than the physical release, and sometimes even less. Again, you can check out 10 titles per month. This is in addition to the Hoopla collection. There's also several, let's say, collections within it, specifically dedicated to YA and children's titles. Also, because of Cloud Library, we have something called Cloud Library Newsstand, which has 30 popular magazines and several hundred less common titles. I say several hundred because honestly I tried counting it all and I lost count after a while, but I know it's over 100. Next we have also, just to make sure you can access all this, the device lending program. All 10 of our branches carry mobile hotspots, Chromebooks, and iPads for lending, just like you would one of the books. You can check out any one of these items for a week. The paperwork is quite simple and very quick. Adults can check out any of these items with your valid library card, which is in good standing, and of course, your ID. With this information, just come back next week and we can see if there's one available still to you. In addition to all that, besides just coming in for a book, come in for a program. We have programs for adults, children, and anyone in between. The programs for adults, which I'm partially responsible for, range from classes on finance and writing groups to board games and coloring. YA has a lot of the same. Ask the team downstairs for that, as well as children's programming. All 10 libraries do have some amount of programming. It's going to vary place by place. We also have some online programs, such as our Open Book Club, a book club that, generally speaking, has no real requirements except to show up and read and share what your thoughts were on whatever books you want. Most programs and events are updated on our website monthly, as well as on our paper book version of the monthly update. So just come by and get one of those if you need it. Now, let's say you're looking to learn a new skill. Say you've heard about this 3D printing thing and you want to learn just a little more, or perhaps you really want to, say, learn medical Spanish for your job. Well, we've got a few options. The first option is the Gale Courses series. We currently have 311 free online courses available at home through this website. Many of these courses include professional certification programs or training in marketable skills. I use medical Spanish as an example because I know that exists here. We've got courses in 5 different languages, all for free. Now, I should emphasize, these courses are kind of like college courses in the way that there's a syllabus, there's a reading list, there's homework, and there's some real learning behind it. So I highly encourage anyone interested to please take a peek at the next time classes are offered. We also have the APS Academy for the public. Now, this is the public version of the programs that the Library System of Alabama uses for training, which means I am actually quite familiar with this, because it's some of the same programs that we use here at the library. It includes several helpful courses on a very diverse set of subjects. I actually learned how to use our 3D printer using this very set of programs. There's also college prep work, some basic automotive repair, technology understanding. Genealogy, of course, is obviously being advertised here as well, but we do have other courses for that as well over on Gale Resources. It's a wonderful set of programs, and I highly encourage them all. But let's say you're beyond that stage and you're looking for some very specific information. What are you going to do? Well, first of all, we have a ton of databases. We actually have someone going through all the databases right now to make a better cataloging of them to make it a little easier for everyone. We have the EBSCO databases that your colleges might usually provide to their students. We have the Gale courses as well as Gale resources for their databases, which are incredibly useful and specific, which I'll get to later. The Alabama Virtual Library is also a wonderful resource. It is provided for free to all libraries in Alabama. It has another set of databases that you can use. I highly suggest exploring all of them, but let's look at one of the examples. Gale Legal Forms is probably one of the more popular databases. If I have a legal question, I check there first. I check there and I check what's called NOLO guides, which are in the reference section if anyone's looking for them. A lot of databases of this kind charge for legal forms that you might need, say for a lease or something. This database provides them with no charge. It's easy to search and covers a wide set of needs, which is generally what Gale is good at. This is such an important database, we actually have something on our databases A to Z called Resource Topics. This provides a quick link to a whole bunch of different things you can probably find useful. I highly suggest starting there if one is starting a research project. So, where do you even start besides just going to the website looking for something that is just so obscure or you need a very specific book? Well, I suggest the online Ask a Librarian. If you have an email, you have a way to contact us without driving or without any kind of weird, awkward phone conversation. Even if we're closed, this is available, but obviously it will take longer. Now, this includes some very obscure questions, which I will be glad to give an example of in just a moment. And if we do not have a resource, our reference librarians are very well trained in finding where to find resources, if nothing else. We can usually get you most of the way to finding out where, say, a grave is for a relative, or perhaps finding that next step on your research journey, and as well as being able to find out who might have the information. Now for a fun example. This is a Huss Rainbow Ride. Specifically, it's the one that's been at the state fair for a number of years and has disappeared on and off over the times. I had someone asking very specifically about the history of this ride, because apparently they're rare in the United States. Now, obviously, I'm no expert on obscure carnival rides, but I do have plenty of training and research, and I was able to help this individual find out where this ride came from, where it is probably now, as well as some of the historical interesting facts about it. But let's say even we strike out once in a while. Or perhaps the book you're looking for is somewhere, but you can't quite find it. What do we do then? Well, interlibrary loans are a wonderful solution for that question of, well, this book's up in Coliseum Boulevard and I'm down in Pitlala. Do I really care enough? The answer is yes. You can come down to any one of our 10 branches, put a hold on a book that's at another branch, and we can have it shipped to your preferred branch for you for free. You can also do this online through our website to place a hold. You can return any book to any location so long as it's one of ours. And if by some magical happenstance you find a book that is incredibly hard to find and not in our system and you really, really want to read it, we have a solution. It's called interlibrary loans. It doesn't matter if it was published in 1922 or 2022, we might have a chance to get our hands on that weird book you're looking for, because our card empowers your card. We work together with libraries all across the lower 48 to find books for our patrons. We can usually find a book or an article you're looking for with a little bit of effort and a little bit of cooperation. Just come to the reference desk with a title and an author, and if you can provide more information, all the better, but I've gotten some interesting requests done with just that. This can take a week or two. I mean, we're shipping across the country, but we'll call you when it gets here. Hampstead, Pike Road, Pintlala, and Raymer can also help with this process. You can make them your pickup library, or you can ask the people there to see if they can put an email into us and we can get this whole shipping thing done. It may give you a little less time with the book, but some people find. And that's not all. We have more coming by the day. We have experts working behind the scenes dedicated to getting more of what you need, and there's always new resources coming to the library. For example, we've recently gotten a subscription to newspapers.com, which has allowed us to help with a lot of people's research into their family histories as well as local information. We, of course, are always expanding our collection, and we're always willing to take another question and always a recommendation as well. The moral of the story, keep your card. If you keep your Montgomery address, you can keep using our digital collection from anywhere in the world for free. If you leave us, get to your local public library that might have some of the same stuff we have. And if you want to stick with us, we do have cards for out-of-county residents. They do cost money, but they're a great investment into your education and into your future. If you have any questions, come by the reference desk and ask, or email us at that email that was at the first slide. Again, my name is Robert Tobias. Thank you and have a wonderful day.